reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. MMO Reporter's PAX Prime coverage is brought to you by GoDaddy. Get 30% off your next purchase at GoDaddy by using the code MMO30. Some limitations apply. See website for details. Hi everybody, Chris here from MMO Reporter. We are sitting in the main entrance for PAX, and I've got none other than David Brevik, CEO of Gazillion, and we're going to talk some Marvel Heroes. I'm really excited. I've been jumping into the game quite a bit in a while, playing some Rocket, playing some Star-Lord. I mean, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy. You got to do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, if you've seen the movie, come try them out because they're really fun to play.
But some people, and I'm talking about you, have been ahead of the curve because Rocket is your main, right, in game?
Yeah, that's correct. I've prestiged him several times now, and yeah, I mainly play him on almost any given night. That's what I mainly play.
Awesome, and he's a lot of fun, although, like we talked about before, the voice, having watched the movie and then coming back to Marvel Heroes and jumping in and playing Rocket, that Cockney accent, it's great. It's fantastic. Great VO work, but it just feels wrong.
Yeah, well, I think that, now that Bradley Cooper did the voice or whatever, it's going to be more canon than the old voice, what was considered to be the old standard. So it's interesting to get a different twist on it. We had actually Nolan North do the voiceover for the Rocket movie costume, so he loses that if you have the actual movie costume in our game.
Oh, awesome. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the future. I know next week we have got a pretty exciting hero coming out. Can you let us know?
Yeah, that's right. Next week we have Rouge coming out, and we're really excited about her. She's absolutely incredible. What's really amazing about her is that she can go out and steal a power from any other hero, team up, or boss in the entire game, and steal 12 of them and permanently make them hers. So she can go out and kind of design your own hero, hunt for those powers throughout the game, and everybody gives you something different, and so it's, in a lot of ways, there are hundreds of powers to choose from, and thousands and thousands of combinations and builds to make with her, and trying to find that perfect thing to steal and complete your build. In a lot of ways, it's build your own hero. It's gonna be a lot of fun to play.
So let me get this right. I can go up, I can be going through the story, I can go up to Electro at the very beginning and grab a power from Electro's Rogue.
Correct.
And then I can continue on, go through the story, I get to Doom, and I can, sorry for the spoiler there. I hope at this point that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can steal a power from Doom.
That's correct.
Okay, now what about we're down the road, you've added some more content, we've got a new boss coming. Like, is this something that's going to be sort of a timestamp of now, or is this something that you've built that's going to grow as the game grows?
Yeah, we purposely designed it so that she will constantly get new powers from any new hero that we introduce, any new team up, any new boss, anything in the game. She will be constantly updated, and she'll have new builds all the time and whatnot. And
you also mentioned some of the sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Some of the, when she steals some abilities, there's some change. It's Rogue. There's some changes that happen to her, and you used Wolverine as an example. Can you tell that to our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that, as she steals powers, just like in the comics, if she steals power from Wolverine, she gets Bone Claws, or if she steals power from Colossus, she gets his steel skin, and Nightcrawler gets her tail, and things like that. So there's a bunch of powers in which she physically changes depending on what she's stealing.
That makes it pretty exciting. I mean, that you really are building your own hero, because it's going to be cosmetic, it's going to be the powers, and that must have been a real challenge to design.
Yeah, it's taken us quite a long time. We've wanted to do this character for a while, and we want to do her right, and we've planned on it for about a year, but we didn't even announce it when we announced kind of next year's heroes at the end of last year, and because we weren't quite sure whether or not we were going to be able to get the technology to do this right. It's pretty complicated. We spent a bunch of time researching it, working on the technology, and making it happen, and it was worth the effort. In the end, we're going to have a very unusual character. There's no other character like this in any video game that I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to jump in and play. So you're also revamping Jean Grey as well, right? We talked about that. Can you let us know what's going on there?
That's right. She has her 52 rework coming up next week and or this week or whatever it will be, so in a few days. And she has redone her tree so that Phoenix form is not the only thing that she can do. She'll have other powers that are much more viable, more builds, and has a new ultimate that is really awesome. Lots of fire.
Yeah, I didn't see very many Jean Greys that weren't running Phoenix form as their build, so it's great to see the change. Now, it's just us and 70,000 of our closest friends here. What can you tell us about what's coming down the road? You gotta tease a little something out here.
Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's coming. God, the list is really long. So we've got achievements are coming, a new Midtown Manhattan type zone called Brooklyn Patrol. We have the zoo coming up, the Bronx Zoo, which is a one-shot very similar to we had a Man-Ape one and Wakanda. And we're going to do this Bronx Zoo one, which is about Lizard and Mr. Hyde and their kind of adventure after they break out of the raft, which is kind of a side story to the main storyline. And what happens to them. That's a beautiful zone, brand new graphics, some really neat things, a beautiful aquarium level where you walk. Have you ever been in an aquarium where there's that tube and you walk through the tube and there's same kind of thing in there, is really neat water effects and stuff. That's coming. We've got the next hero we're going to be doing is Nova. We've got villains coming this fall and winter where we've announced Juggernaut and Magneto and Venom are going to be the first three. And we're also going to do a big event tied in with the comics themselves. The comics have a big event called Axis. It's coming, and we're going to do a bunch of Axis stuff in-game. So we're going to directly tie in kind of day and date with the comics. First time we're trying that, and we'll see how that goes.
That's going to be fun for, you like we talked about earlier, you've had a great success with your movie tie-ins so far, and that's hitting part of your fan base, and now hitting the comics. Was it something that you've been trying to get going for a while to hit that sort of group of players, or is it something that just happened to come up?
I think it was a little of both. Not only was it really good timing for us, but also it's something that we've wanted to do, and this was the right event with the right flavor at the right time for us to make it really happen. And kind of the stars have aligned perfectly for this, and we're really excited about the event. It's going to have a whole bunch of new bosses, some new story content, new levels, new raid, everything, all sorts of stuff associated with it.
And I've been trying to listen really, really hard, but the minute you said Nova, my brain kind of started to wander a little bit and started to picture what can happen in game, because I'm a big fan of sort of the galactic universe with Marvel, and Nova, of course, sitting right in that. I just read War of Kings, Annihilation, all that sort of stuff. So, I might be missing a few podcasts. I'm sorry, because I'll be playing Nova. You've obviously had a chance to play with Nova.
Yeah.
Is it going to be amazing or really amazing?
Really amazing. That was a softball question.
Totally, but I can't think of great questions because I'm thinking, okay, but go around Midtown, bomb that way. Okay. I'm just excited to see what it's going to be like in game. So that's really, really cool. So I'm happy that you're doing that, which gets us one step closer to Quasar in Marvel Heroes, which 3 years now, David, we've been talking about this. I'm disappointed. I'm sad, a little bit let down. I thought we had a better relationship than this. I hope that next year.
Someday.
There you go. You heard it here.
Confirmed.
Someday TM, right? So right up there with soon, right?
Exactly.
You know what? It's always a blast to talk to you, David. Marvel Heroes is one of those games that is a lot of fun for me, and like you've mentioned, all the stuff that we talked about. For me, one of the things that stops me from playing continually is sometimes, the style of game doesn't have as much variety as I liked. Out of all the stuff that you mentioned, can you mention again the couple of things that bring a little bit more variety to the end game that we talked about?
Right, yeah, that's something that we pride ourselves on. We patch the game every single week, and we have weekly events. It's always changing. There's something new to do, something new to find or explore. Or like a couple weeks ago, we had a cosmic event, and during that week, you could go to Dupe Space 9, for instance, which was this Dupe event. And so we were constantly putting new things in, new things to explore, new things to chase, and it's a kind of a lot to experience. It's very different than other action RPGs, which get updated a lot less often.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time, David. Really, really looking forward to getting into Marvel Heroes, and have a great time at your party tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.